Good afternoon. This is Karen Henderson, and this is December the 23rd, 2020. And this is the end of one of the most challenging years that we have had in the history of our country. So I am the founder of and the coordinator of the Veterans Resiliency Clinic. And we've been in existence for about 3.5 years. It'll be 4 years in March. And we had to reinvent ourselves and went virtual during the COVID-19 pandemic. All of our virtual presentations can be viewed on our website at www.veteransresiliency.com. And my private practice is Holistic Wellness VA, which offers holistic approaches to trauma resolution and wholeness. And in January, I'll be launching my new teaching and instructional modules on my personal website, holisticwellnessva.com. And there are 4 modules so far. The first one is polyvagal theory and trauma recovery. The second one is somatic recovery for veterans. The third one is cultural somatics for marginalized populations. And the fourth one is somatic abolitionism and healing the planet. And so that's what will be coming out of my practice in January of 2021 for anyone to enjoy and learn. So what I'd like to present on today is supporting joy in these times of uncertainty. My work is with trauma and the nervous system, and I deeply respect how the pandemic has been impacting our nervous systems. We know how it is impacting our lives, disrupting what we do, how we do it, who we connect with, and all of that is experienced in our nervous systems. How can we ask our nervous system for support in navigating this time and its unpredictability? We don't have an idea of when it's going to end, and the structure is all different. The rules have changed. Many of us or someone close to us have been impacted by the virus, have lost loved ones, have lost jobs, have experienced evictions, have stood in long lines for food, have been affected by the earth's elements and storms. So we're trying to figure out, how do we do this in a way with some ease and some grace? And how do we regulate our nervous systems when the next thing is waiting to create dysregulation all over again? How do we maintain some sense of joy as we are in survival mode? Survival mode, that fight, flight, freeze of the autonomic nervous system. We've been experiencing trauma not only as individuals, but also as the collective societies during this pandemic. So when our choices are taken away, we feel trapped and we move into this survival response. And although we need structure to help us through these times, we also need flexibility within that structure. And as we work to regulate our nervous systems, we're engaging in many available practices to help us. Spiritual exercises, somatic exercises, physical exercises, and even exercises from this Veterans Clinic. They are all helpful. They are all great. They are all supportive. However, if we create a structure and only add someone else's protocol into that structure, then we stop having a conversation with our own nervous system. And we begin to let someone else's nervous system determine how we approach and regulate each day. So this conversation is about exploring and listening to our own nervous system. It's about connecting to that inherent body wisdom that is inside of all of us. Our bodies and our nervous systems have their own intelligence. No matter what experience we've had in life, it may leave an imprint in our system. but there's always health in the system. It is our original blueprint. It is the nature of creation, unrestricted, being expressed through these bodies. Joy is a part of that blueprint. So my question is, where is creation expressing through me in this moment? And where is creation expressing through you in this moment? So how do I connect with joy and wellness during these unpredictable times? How do I connect with that inherent wisdom that lives inside me, that is joy and expression? Let's get curious. Let's be curious about finding out about our own inner joy. Joy lives inside of us, where happiness is something we find outside of ourselves and is the byproduct of a regulated nervous system. So since joy lives in the body, we need to explore our experiences in the body. What does joy feel like in your body? How do you know when you're experiencing joy? What are the sensations of joy in your body? Are there any images that surface when you think of joy? What are the emotions that tell you that you're experiencing joy? And do those emotions have any sensations in the body? If we know what the experience of joy is, then we can find a place to go to or return to when our autonomic nervous system senses sorrow or sadness or danger. Can we together right now just be curious and explore our own personal experience of joy? So I'm going to just ask that you find a comfortable position, whether in a chair or lying down, or even standing up if that's where your body wants to be. And allow your body to find the position that is most comfortable for you. And allow everything to be there just the way it is. Nothing to fix, nothing to forcibly adjust or change, unless your body is calling for an adjustment for comfort. And gently close your eyes if you feel safe enough to do so. Notice if you have a breath. Are you breathing? How do you know you're breathing? What are you aware of in the presence of the word breath? Just notice if anything shifts in your body as you bring your awareness to your breath. And I invite you to place your feet on the floor or bring your attention to your feet if they're already on the floor. And it's just an invitation. There are no must here. If you bring your awareness to your feet on the floor, what do you notice in your body? Did anything change? Did anything shift in your body? Is there a different sensation? Is there a different emotion? Does any image come up to be noticed? And just be aware that you're aware. And now, let's be curious about this experience we call joy. How do you know that you're experiencing joy? Are there any sensations in your body that tell you that you're joyful? Have you ever known joy? Have you ever felt joy? If the answer is yes, does it have a specific location in your body? And if it does, invite your awareness onto that location and continue to be curious. Does it have a vibration? Is there color? Does it have a temperature? Is it hot? Is it warm? Is it cool? How does joy show up in your body? Is it hard? Is it soft? Is it still? And in the presence of joy, what does your body want to do? Is there a movement that wants to happen? Does stillness want to happen? Just be curious. So in the presence of joy, is there any emotion that emerges? And if so, what is the emotion? And if you can experience any emotion, where is that emotion located in your body? What's the sensation of it? Again, is it hot? Is it cold? Does it have a shape? Is it pleasant? Is it unpleasant? How does joy show up for you? Are there any images that come up? Does it take you to a far off place? Or does it bring you home into yourself? Does it involve any people in your life? Does it bring up images of any of your pets? Does it take you into nature? Maybe like a beach or a forest, or maybe a gentle stream or an ocean? Or does it take you to a gentle hug or embrace with a safe person, or joyful celebrations? What images with joy are associated with joy for you? Just take a moment and be with the sensations. Be with the emotions and the images or the thoughts. Just allow yourself to experience them. Stay with them. Be fully aware of them. We are creating new neural pathways in the brain. And these pathways are strengthened when you're able to be fully present to these experiences as they're happening in present time. We are creating a safe place to come back to when life feels overwhelming or depressing or challenging or dysregulated or chaotic. We get to create our own internal joy. It's our birthright. It's our home base when life is drawing us into a survival or threat response in our autonomic nervous system. So let's be curious and take this to a deeper level. Think of something or someone in your life that has brought you the experience of sadness or sorrow or lack of joy. Where does this lack of joy live in your body? And just touch on it for a brief moment and come back. There is no need to hang out there too long. and let go of any story that you have around it. What's the sensation of it? Where does it live in your body? And when you get a sense of it, just touch it and gently pivot back to your space of joy. Move back to your image, your emotions, your feelings of joy, and notice if anything shifted in your body. Can you feel your heartbeat? Are there any gut sounds? Is there a feeling of expansion in the body? Are your muscles relaxed or contracted as compared to before? Is there a person that comes to mind? Just be aware of what happens in your body as you come back to that place of joy. And when you're ready, shift to that place of sorrow again. And once again, notice the sensations, the emotions, the thoughts, the images. What, if anything, is different this time? Has anything shifted? Just touch into it. No need to stay there. And gradually bring your attention back to home base, back to that joyful place. That place where no one or no thing can steal your joy. That place that is yours and is yours alone. That place that allows you to experience peace and serenity, where all of the bracing in the body lets go, where you can let go of everything and be vulnerable, be playful. And if you have a resource, or if you have a spiritual practice, or whatever you see as being greater than yourself in this universe, are they welcome in your joyful space? Are they helping to hold this container of joy for you? And from this place of joy, ask yourself, what practices or exercises can I do daily to keep myself in this inner place of joy? And if life invites me out of this space, what can I do to invite my nervous system back in? What can be my practice? A practice that is unique to and created by and accepted by my nervous system. If one surfaces in your consciousness, place it in your inner toy box for future reference. We don't have a toolbox. We've got a toy box. And then ask the intelligence of your body if perhaps there's another practice to be explored. And for each practice, again, explore, where is it in your body? When you explore that practice for you and your nervous system, what are the sensations? What are the images? What are the emotions that are experienced around this practice? What meaning does it have for you? What, if any, vibration do you experience in your being? Know where your inner home of joy is in your body. And who's home with you? Know what supports you, whether it's seen or unseen. Know what nourishes you. Know what happens in your body when you're in your joyful and playful space. And therefore, you will always know when you're starting to leave that space and how to find your way back home. No matter what is happening in the external world around you, you can have access to your joy. When your nervous system moves from regulation into a threat or survival response of fight, flight, or freeze, you can use your inner joy to support your nervous system and shift it back into regulation. We need to be in a regulated state to make intelligent and appropriate decisions during these unsettled times. Let's make those decisions from this place. Happiness is external and depends on our external environment. Joy is an inner experience that can keep us resilient in times of stress. We can access our inner joy at any time. So when you're ready, gently allow yourself to take in a breath, whatever breath feels right for you. And when you're ready, allow yourself to come back into the room. Gently open your eyes and allow your eyes to move around your space. It's called orienting to our space. Just notice what's in your space. Do any objects in your space bring a sensation of joy, peace, serenity, or resilience? Is there any object that brings more of a sense of joy into your awareness? And allow this experience to sink deep into your beingness. We have just taken a journey into your home, your joyful space, and you can come back anytime you choose. This space is yours and yours alone. And these practices are yours and yours alone. Visit often, get to know this space well, and practice those practices right for and created by your inner wisdom, by your nervous system. And thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Oh,